got a comment asking for a more detailed tutorial on how to make these pipecleaner tulips. I made a couple few videos back, and because I don't gatekeep and I am one for the people, I will deliver to the masses. So we're gonna start first by making the inside petals. You're gonna take these two pipe cleaners and you're gonna fold them in half, like so. And then you're gonna basically put them in like this and then twist it. So you have something kind of like this, which is a little funky, but let's trust the process. Typically, I use my finger to measure things. So for this part that's like currently still up like this, I'm just gonna measure it till here, this part of my finger. Basically lining it up like this, measuring it to this part of my finger, and then twisting it. So then you have something like this. Okay, with this framework, you're now gonna take this part of your pipe cleaner, and then basically you're gonna fold it around like this, flip it around, and then fold it again like so. And then you're gonna twist up here twice. So 1, 2. Then you have something like this. Now you're gonna proceed to take these two ends, and then you're gonna basically take your finger, your thumb, and just make it like a C curve. The same thing. So it looks like this. It looks like a bug with very big antennas. Anyways, flip it around again, and then basically this part is a little, basically you're gonna take this pipe cleaner and then you're gonna weave it in like this, and then do the same thing on the other side like so. Then once you have this, I usually flip it around, and then you're gonna basically put down the antennas and then twist, and then do the same for the other side. I'm just gonna take this one and then twist it with this antenna here, like so. So then now it forms a little petal, but then you're probably wondering what the hell is going on down here. So what I do is like I just continue weaving it, and then I take the two and then I twist them together like this. Now you have your petal and a little bit of an end. And then what I like to do is like I like to make it a little point at the top. What you're gonna do is, oh lord. What you're gonna do is basically take your fingers and just curve the petal a little bit so it looks like this, and then take the petal, lay it on your hand, and then basically just push up the ends. And with the remaining parts, you're just gonna snip it off. What I like to do is I also like to take my fingers and just floof out the tulip petal a little bit, just to give it a little bit more surface area to it. And that is one petal so far. So that's one inside petal, and you basically need 2 for a tulip. So here's the 3 that I made. Yeah, do you see the vision soon? Soon, okay. But we're not done yet, because we also need to make the outside petals. The steps to make the outside petals are practically almost the same, except they're just a little bit bigger. When I'm measuring again, remember when I lined it up with this part of my finger? I'm just gonna move it a slight bit so it's like half of like this portion of my fingers, so like right here. Yeah, I notice it's like, I don't know if you can tell, but it's slightly a bit bigger. So now you're just gonna repeat the same steps of the inside petal until I tell you when it's not the same. Okay, once you get to this part, instead of folding the tail end inwards, you want to hold your petal sideways for a second, and then use your thumb to bend it 90 degrees like this, and then bend it right back up, so like this. You want to make 2 more of these. So here are the 3 that I made, and now we have all our tulip petals. Now we can move on to the leaves. For each leaf, you're going to take 2 pipe cleaners, fold them in half, slide them into each other, twist at the top twice. So you end up with this again, like the tulip. But now you're gonna bend the end pipe cleaners down like this, pinch at the top so it makes a little point. You're gonna take one of the inside pipe cleaner legs and twist around like so, and just readjust your leaf for a second like this. But to add it a little bit more character, you're just gonna take your thumb, spin it around, and curve the leaf. So you have something like this. Now you want to make another one to pair up with this one, because you don't want a lonely leaf, like so. And now we have all the parts to make our little beautiful tulip. Obviously, another thing too is to turn on your glue gun, which I did not do. Ooh, we wait. In the meantime, I will take out a flower stem. So you're gonna take one of your inside petals, just put some glue on the end, place your stem on it, and then wait. And wait. And then basically repeat for the other two petals. What you want to do is just put them side by side like this. So just place it like so, that you form something like this. I'm just gonna let it dry for a second though. Something about me is like I get really impatient when it comes to gluing, and then that just bites me in the ass. Patience is a virtue, they say. Patience is a virtue, they say. Okay, now that you have something that looks like this, you basically want to add some glue in the inside of the petals so that you can close it up so it creates like a bud. Basically this upper half of the petal. You push it together and they should stick. You will need to hold them so that they do end up sticking together, if that wasn't so obvious. Like so. It's basically our inside of our tulip, and now we need to put the outside petals on it. When I'm gluing the outside petals, I like to put some glue here, as well as put some glue in the middle portion of the tulip. I wouldn't say that's the middle portion, but somewhere along the lines of that. See where the tulips meet? We're just gonna cover that up with our outside petal, and then repeat the steps with the rest of the outside petals. Now we have our tulip. Yay! But we're not done yet because we still need the leaves. How are we gonna attach the leaves? Our trusty dusty flower tape, which I love so dearly. Anyways, so what you're gonna do is take your why do I keep saying fashion tape? Okay. Take your flower tape, give it a little stretch so that it sticks better. Stretch it, but not that hard that it rips. This is why I love it so much. You want to wrap the tulip with it. I like to start at the bottom of the base first, because when I tell you wrapping with flower tape for tulips is like a nightmare. It's a freaking nightmare. Okay, so, oh my god. Guys, this is going oh so well. Do you see why I love flower tape so much? Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna wrap it upwards. Basically just to cover up this portion of the pipe cleaners, because it doesn't look oh so nice right now. Something like this. Then you're just gonna wrap downwards. Reach kind of like the halfway point. That's when you can wrap your leaves with it. Take your leaf and then wrap that bad boy on. Basically wrap it like 1 to 2 times, and then I just take my other leaf and then wrap it around. Then you just want to keep wrapping it until the end of the stem. At the end, just rip it off and make sure that is nice and fastened. Because one thing about flower tape is for some reason at the end it just undoes. I don't know why, but make sure you twist it on perfectly. And now your tulip looks like this with leaves, so it looks pretty complete. But to add a little bit more dimension to it, we're just gonna shade the top and the bottom with some pink shadow. I'm just gonna use this shade right here. Flip it, and then basically you're just gonna put it on the petal, like the tip of the petal. It's like the first half, and you also want to you also want to shade the bottom half as well. Like that. Now you're done. You got yourself a beautiful tulip. Yay! Look how beautiful she is. Now she can go with her little sister. Aw. I offer you this tulip.